4 sayings from the one who sat beneath the Bodhi tree carry a weight that can shift the way you walk through life. They're not loud or flashy, simple words spoken plainly, yet they cut deep if you let them. Each one is a thread. Pull it, and the tangle of your days might start to loosen. What follows is a long, winding look at these 4, not to rush through, but to sit with, turn over, and see how they ripple. They're drawn from the old texts, the echoes of what he taught, and they're alive if you let them be. Whatever has the nature to arise has the nature to cease. This was spoken to those who listened in the groves and villages, a quiet truth about everything you know. Think about it. The anger that flares when someone cuts you off, the joy of a warm morning, the ache of a memory you can't shake, they all rise and they all fall. Nothing stays. You might read this and nod, but living it is different. It's seeing that the things you cling to, the things you fear, aren't solid. They're waves, not stone. Take anger. Yesterday someone spoke sharply and your blood boiled. You carried it home, replayed it, fed it. By night it owned you. But watch it next time, feel it rise, hot and tight, and then wait. It doesn't last unless you stoke it. The one who said this wasn't telling you to kill the feeling. He was saying it'll die on its own if you don't hold on. Life changes when you stop gripping every spark that flies through your mind. That fight from years ago, the one you still argue in your head, it arose, it can cease, you're the one keeping it alive. Or joy. You laughed with a friend, and for a moment everything clicked. Then it faded, and you chased it, wanting it back. But it's gone, like water through your fingers. This saying cuts both ways. Don't cling to the good either. Let it arise, let it cease. The freedom here is wild. You're not a slave to what feels good or bad. You're just here, watching the waves. A man I knew lost his job and spent months cursing the world. One day he sat by a river, saw the water move and thought of this. The weight didn't vanish, but it shifted. He stopped fighting what was already moving on. This isn't easy. The mind loves to freeze things, make statues out of moments. That time you failed, that night you won, they sit like monuments, but they're not stone, they're smoke. Life changes when you see that. You don't have to forget the past or dread the future. You just see it comes, it goes. Sit with this long enough, and the days feel lighter. Not because pain stops, but because you stop building cages for it. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. He said this to a crowd who'd forgotten themselves, chasing gods and gold. It's not about vanity, it's about stopping the war inside. You wake up, look in the mirror and list what's wrong. Too slow, too weak, not enough. You'd never talk to a friend that way, but yourself, fair game, this shifts that. It's not a hug you give yourself, it's a truce. Think how you move through a day. You spill coffee, snap at yourself. Stupid, clumsy. Someone else does it, you shrug. Why the double rule? The one who spoke this saw suffering clear. You make it worse by hating what you are. Life changes when you ease up. Not blind praise, but a nod like you give a stranger struggling. You're struggling too, that's all. A woman I met carried guilt like a sack. She'd failed her son, she said, years back, couldn't forgive herself. She heard this and laughed, bitter at first, then softer. Me? Love me? She said. But she tried it quiet-like, sat each morning, hands on her knees, and just let herself be. Not perfect, not broken, just there. Months later she smiled easier. The guilt didn't vanish, but it stopped running her. That's the power. You don't fix yourself. You stop breaking yourself more. It's practical too. You're kinder when you're not bleeding inside. That snappy tone you use with your partner? Less of it when you're not at war with your own skin. The universe is big, sure, but you're in it, and you're not less than the rest. Life shifts when you act like it. You don't need to earn your own care. You just take it, like air. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. This came when he was teaching monks, but it's not just for robes. It's for you now reading this. The past pulls, regrets, old joys, the future tugs, hopes, fears. And where are you? Nowhere, lost between. He saw this. The mind's a thief, stealing you from what's here. Try it. You're eating, but you're chewing on yesterday's argument. You're walking, but you're plotting tomorrow's win. Where's the food? Where's the ground? Gone. Life happens now, not then. This saying isn't poetry, it's a call to wake up. You change when you do. A kid scrapes his knee, cries, then runs off to play. He's not sobbing over last week's fall. You can be that too. A man told me he missed years worrying about what might go wrong. Job, health, kids, always ahead, never here. Then he sat one night, just listening to crickets, nothing else. The worry didn't stop, but it got quieter. He said, I was there for once. That's it. You live where you stand. The past is a ghost, the future's a guess. This moment, real. Focus there, and life feels solid again. It takes work. The mind wanders. Mine does, yours does. You catch it, bring it back. Not with a whip, with a breath. Feel your feet, hear the wind. The one who said this didn't mean you ignore plans or lessons, just don't live in them. A day spent here, not there, is a day you've got. String enough together and everything changes. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. This was to those who asked how suffering starts. It's not the world, it's you. Your head spins a story, and you live it. Think you're small and you shrink. Think you're steady and you stand. It's not magic, it's how you're wired. Look at it. You wake up sour, tell yourself the day's ruined, it is. You wake up calm, decide it's fine, it is. The one who taught this saw the mind as a field. Plant thorns, get scratched. Plant rice, get fed. You're the farmer. Life changes when you pick the seeds. Not overnight, habits dig deep, but slow, sure. A girl I knew thought she'd never heal. Lost love, broken trust. She said it daily, I'm done, and she was, stuck there. Then she shifted, bit by bit. I'm moving, she'd whisper. Not loud, not fake, just a seed. She walked more, talked more. The hurt stayed, but she grew around it. That's the power. You shape what's next by what you think now. It's not about lying to yourself. If you're down, don't pretend sun's shining, but don't sow more dark either. Watch what you tell yourself. It builds you. The one who said this knew suffering's half circumstance, half how you see it. Change the lens and life turns. These four, they're not rules, they're mirrors. Hold them up and you see where you're caught, where you're free. The one who spoke them didn't promise a new you, just a way to shed what's heavy. Life changes not because the world does, but because you stop carrying it wrong. Sit with these, let them sink. They're small, but they're mighty.